Yeah, so today we are going to start AWS. So we already covered 4 sessions, right? DevOps introduction, cloud introduction, and also SDLC, technical questions, general questions, right? So we have completed 4 sessions. 4 sessions are demo sessions and basic sessions, introductions. Okay. So today we are going to start cloud platform, which is AWS. So which is the first session. Okay. Yeah. So anyone joined today, first class, first session?
Hi Ram, Febin here. So I just joined today.
Today
I
only.
just went through one of the video only. I'm yet to complete the other two videos. Yeah.
I see. Okay, okay. Fine. You can go through the videos once and you can continue from today onwards.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
yeah. So today we start AWS. So today onwards, practically we can, you need to practice, everyone need to practice. And today onwards, yeah, account creation and console overview and services creation, right? So networking, compute services. So one by one, we'll go through all the services. Fine. Yeah, let's get started. Fine. So first of all, how to create AWS account? Let's try to understand. How can we create the AWS free tier account? Okay. Yeah, AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, all clouds are same, right? So functionality wise, all the clouds are same functionality, and terminology would be little different. So terminology would be little different. Like so in AWS server we can call it as EC2 instance. In Azure we can call it as VM. In Google Cloud we can call it as VM instance. So there is a slight difference here. Okay, so functionality wise all the platforms are same. Yeah. Now first of all, how can we create the AWS account? Let's try to understand. So aws.amazon.com is the URL. aws.amazon.com is the URL. Enter. So now look at my screen, everyone. So here there is a tab, right top corner, there is a tab which is a create account or else start free with AWS. Okay. So click on create account. Now look at my screen, everyone. So here it is showing something like root user email address. So we need one Gmail ID. We require one Gmail ID, right? We need to give the Gmail ID and account name, your short name or full name. You can give here. So verify email address. Click on verify email address. Once you click on verify email address, you will get the verification code. Okay. Yeah. So I already created the account. That is why. So I prepared one document here. So I'll show you. We'll go through the document here. So look at my screen, everyone. Look at my screen. So here, this is the first URL. Yeah, aws.amazon.com is the URL. Once we give the URL, now look at my screen, everyone. So here, yeah, so create a new AWS account. There is a tab here. Now look at my screen. So here, root user email address, account name. So we need to give the root user email ID and account name. Write your short name or full name. So once we give the account name and email address, now click on verify email address. So we need to provide the email ID and username, account name. Click on verify. Now it will ask you to provide the verification code. Look at here, everyone. So we'll get the verification code to your Gmail ID. That we need to enter here. Okay. Once we enter, so click on verify. Once you click on verify, look at my screen, everyone. Now it will move to the next page. Now it is asking you to give the root user email address, root user password, confirm root user password. 2 times we need to enter the password. So the password should be combination of small letters, cap letters, special character, number. So we need to give the strong password. So it will not allow that weak passwords. Okay. We need to provide the strong passwords. Okay. Yeah. So once we provide the password 2 times, click on continue. So once we provide the password, you can click on continue. Now look at my screen, everyone. So now it is asking, yeah, business account or personal account. We need to select always personal account. So if you select business account, you need to provide the business information, right? So that is why we need to check radio button, always personal account on. Okay. So full name and a mobile number. So country, region, address, city, right? So now postal code, your PIN code, right? And check the I have read and agree the terms of this. Check this checkbox, click on continue. So once you click on continue, now we'll ask you to provide your bank information. So either credit card or debit card information. So any credit card or any debit card. Yeah. So Visa card, MasterCard, right? So any bank like HDFC Bank, Citibank, ICICI Bank, SBI Bank, Axis Bank, RBL Bank. So except Canara Bank, Andhra Bank, Karnataka Bank. So these banks will not be allowed. Okay. So RuPay card will not be allowed. So it will allow MasterCard, Visa card, and any other yeah, gold card, something, right? Yeah. So you can provide the card holder name, sorry, card holder number. So here we need to provide the number and expiration date, card expiration date, and a card holder name, and also CVV. We need to provide this. Okay. So once you provide the CVV, card holder name, card number, card expiration date. So after that, look at my screen again. It will ask you to provide your PAN information also. PAN card. So we need to provide the PAN card number also here. So this is also mandatory, right? So nothing will be happen, right? So they will not charge anything from your account unknowingly. Since long I'm using AWS account. Since 2012, I'm using AWS accounts, free accounts, right? So nothing will be happen. You can provide your card number and PAN number also, right? So once you provide, click on verify and continue. Once you click on verify and continue, now look at my screen, everyone. So it will ask you to provide the OTP. You will get OTP to your mobile. That OTP you need to enter here. Once you enter this OTP, yeah, from your account, 2 rupees will be deducted. So if you are in US or Canada, $1 will be deducted. That will be reverted after 24 hours, right? So once you provide the OTP, click on submit. So once you submit that, so 2 rupees will be deducted from your account. So after that, look at here. How should we send you the verification code? One more option. So you need to select text or voice call. So better you can go with the text only. So give the country or region code. So mobile number and a security check code. So this is the security check code that we need to enter here. Click on send SMS. Once you click on send SMS, you will get the message. So 6-digit number, verification code that you need to enter here. So click on continue. Once you enter that, now 2 options are there here. So personal, individual. So personal or business, group or individual. Will ask you to provide. So you need to select personal use only, individual only. Don't select business, don't select group. Okay. So personal, individual, you can provide. So click on continue. Once you click on continue, now look at my screen. Here we have, yeah, support plans. 3 plans are available: basic support, developer support, business support, right? So basic support is completely free. Business support, developer support. So they charge something here. So here per month $29 for developer support, per month $100 for business support. So select first one only, which is basic support, which is completely free, right? So once you support this, now click on complete sign up. Once you click on complete sign up, account will be created successfully, right? Once the account is created, you will get this message. So congratulations, thank you for signing up your AWS account, right? So one more option will come here. Look at here. Last one. So my role, role you need to select here. IT administrator role or DevOps role or cloud role, whatever role you want to select, you can select here. And I'm interested in DevOps, cloud, or whatever. You can select here. Okay. So click on submit. So once you submit this, account will be successfully created, right? So once account is created, you need to wait for at least 30 minutes to 1 hour. So that fully activated account will be fully activated. So this account is 6 months completely free, not completely. So whatever free tier services are available, those I explain. So what are the services we need to use? That I'll explain. Okay. And also, yeah, they're giving 30 GB storage free, 750 hours EC2 instance free, Elastic is 5 free, and S3 bucket 5 GB free. So like that, they're giving free services. That free services we need to use, right? So whatever the free tier services they're providing, that we can use. If you use any paid services, what will happen? Anyone? So the services which you're using, those are not free, for example. So they're giving 30 GB free, but we utilized 50 GB. What will happen, anyone?
They will
Bill
charge.
Yeah, bill will be generated, right? Yeah, once the bill is generated, so we don't need to pay anything extra. Here we don't pay single NP, right? Yeah, so once we receive the email, normally they will shoot emails. Vendors, AWS vendor, shoot emails. So this is your bill. Please make the bill as soon as possible, or they give you some timeline. Within the timeline, we need to clear the bill, right? So they will send first month, second month, third month, 3 months, they will send the emails, right? Yeah, so we need to reply that, okay, so we are using, I'm a student, I am using free tier services. So by mistake, I use the paid services. So that is why the bill has been generated, right? So we need to reply to the email, so that what they will do, they will make it as 0. They will make it as 0. They make the bill, whatever the bill generated. Yeah, that they will make it as 0, right? If you're not responding to that Gmail, so they shoot emails 3 months, right? If you're not responding to that emails, what they will do, they will not charge anything. Simply they stop your AWS account. That's it. They suspend your account. So that what will happen? We cannot access the AWS account or resources. So we can create one more account by using other email ID, other mobile number, right? So to avoid these distractions, we need to use properly, right? The account we need to use properly. So that will work 6 months without any disturbance, right? So whatever the free services we have, whatever the services available, those we can use. Paid services, so we should not use. Okay, I'll show you that how to use the free tier services. Clear, right, everyone? Yeah.
Yes.
Now, once the account is successfully created, now what we can do? So again, go back to the aws.amazon.com. Now look at my screen, everyone. Sign into the console. Click on sign into the console. Once you click on sign into the console, now it will ask you to provide your username and a password, right? Look at here. So here, 2 options are available. Root user and also IAM user. Root user, IAM user. So root user is the admin. Root user is the admin user, primary user. IAM user is the normal user, right? So in real-time projects, always use the IAM account only. So IAM full form is Identity and Access Management. In real-time projects, so always use the IAM account only. So this is very secure. This account is very secure. But here, so you are the owner of your AWS account, right? That is why you can use the root account. Okay. In real-time projects, always use the IAM account only, right? Now, so click on email address. So give your email ID and click on next. Now we can give the password, root user password, right? So I want to give the password here. Click on sign in. Click on sign in. Once we click on sign in, now it is asking MFA code, multi-factor authentication code. So this is extra layer of the authentication, right? Along with username, password, we can give the MFA code also. So initially, first 2 weeks, no need to enter this. Later, we can create the MFA. How can we get the MFA? Yeah, in your mobile, Google Authenticator required. In your mobile, Google Authenticator required. Yeah, so here, I'll show you that. Once we log in into the account, I'll show you. Okay. So I just want to log in this account. So I'm taking the MFA code here. So 585308. Look at my screen. Yeah. This is the AWS account. I'm able to log in. Now, how to enable the MFA code, MFA feature, right? How can we enable? So in your mobile, you need to download the Google Authenticator. After that, so click on your click on your ID. So this is my ID, right? ROM, right to top corner. Click here. Now go to the security credentials. Security credentials. Now here we need to generate one access key. Look at here, not access key, MFA key. MFA. Look at here. So here we need to generate one MFA, multi-factor authentication. So already generated here. Look at here. So now, if you want to assign MFA device, first time click on assign MFA device. Now give the MFA name, something MFA, something you can give. Now you can select the second option, Authenticator app. Select this, click on next. Now look at here. Now it will show you the QR code, right? So open your Google Authenticator and you can scan this. You can scan this. Once you scan this, it will ask you to provide your MFA code 2 times here. In your mobile, MFA code will be generated. So 2 times you need to enter here. MFA code 1, 2, you need to enter. So click on add. Once you click on add, account will be successfully activated with MFA. Got it right, everyone? Yeah. So this is very simple, very easier. You can first you can create the account. Later you can enable the MFA. So MFA we can enable after 10 days also. Nothing to worry. Okay. First you can create the account. Okay. So credit card or debit card, you can use any card, your friend's card, your family's card. So any card you can use. Nothing to worry. Okay. So one card we can use multiple times also. Nothing to worry. Okay. Fine. Now go back to, yeah. So one more time I'll show you quickly. aws.amazon.com. Look at my screen. Sign into the console. Yeah, I already logged in, right? That is why it is showing like this. Okay. I already logged in, right? Yeah. So this is my AWS console homepage. Okay. So in this console, right top corner, there is a ID. Look at here. This is my account ID. So every account is having unique address, unique ID. This is my account ID, right? So this is my username, not username, account name, my account name. In this account ID, account name, account color, unset. If you want to set any color, you can set the color. Okay, I'll show you that. Right. So now account information, organization information, service quotas. So quota is nothing but limitations. So whatever the services we are using in AWS, so every service is having some limitations, right? Yeah, quota limitations. Here you can check the service quotas like EC2 instances, storage, network, right? Elastic IPs, S3 bucket storage size, right? So like that, so whatever the services we are getting, free tier eligible services, those we can check the quota, like limitations, right? Fine. Now, next one, billing and cost management. Look at here. Click on this. Now we can check the bills here. Look at my screen, everyone. So this is the cost and billing and cost management home page. So cost summary, total forecasting, and all we can check it out here. So click on bills. Click on bills. If you have any bills, you can check it out here. Nothing, right? So like this, we can check the bills, payments, credits, purchase orders, right? So these are all we can check it out here, right? Next one, look at my screen. Yeah, security credentials. So we already opened, right? So MFA generation, MFA code. How can we generate security credentials? Here, what we can do, if you want to modify your account name or email address and password, you can update here. If you want to modify your account name, email address, password, you can go to the actions. Click on actions, update email address and password, update account name. You can change your password or email ID or account name. Okay. Now, access key, secret access key. These keys are very, very important while working on AWS CLI. I'll show you that. I'll show you access key, secret key, where we use these keys. Okay. So CloudFront key pairs, this is the different one. I'll show you while working on this service. Okay. Yeah. Next one. Console mobile app. Mobile app also available here. Mobile app also available here. If you want to configure, you can configure. Okay. Yeah. Next one. Just want to show you something here. So look at my screen, everyone. Next tab here is, look at here. So it is showing something like United States, North Virginia. So if you click on this, it will show you Ohio, North California, Oregon, Asia Pacific, Mumbai, Osaka, Seoul, Singapore, Sydney, Tokyo, Canada, Central, Frankfurt, Ireland, Europe. So these are all we can say regions. Regions. What is region? Region is a data center. Region is a data center. What is data center, anyone? What is data center, anyone?
Server room.
Yes, server room, right? So where we host all the servers, where we host all the hubs, switches, backup devices, load balancers, network, right? So which is server room? These are all server rooms available across the globe, right? So AWS server rooms, these are all server rooms. Now look at my screen here. Look at my screen. There are 17 regions that are not enabled for this account because we are using free tier, right? We are using free tier, right? So if you click on this or else manage regions, click on manage regions. Now look at my screen. So here, Africa, Cape Town, Hong Kong, these are all Hyderabad also, right? So these are all disabled, right? Now look at my screen. So from here, these are all regions enabled up to here. If you want to enable any region, just click on this, check this, enable. It will be enabled, right? But these are all not free, and don't enable. Don't enable. If you want to enable, you just try once and you can disable again. Okay, so don't keep in enable state. Okay, if you enable that, some charges will be applied. Okay, fine. These are all regions available across the globe, right? So AWS having used data center footprints across the globe, right? Yeah. Next one, settings tab. Look at my screen, everyone. Settings. So here you can customize your console. You can customize your console. So here I'm using the default console, default one, default background color and brightness and all we are using. I am using here light, right? If you want to customize this, you can click on dark. Look at here. You can customize. If you want to change browser default, you can change like this. or else light you can change here, right? So as per your requirement, you can customize this. So you can change as per your convenience, right? Now look at my screen, one more tab, important tab, which is help, which is support tab. Support tab, click on this. Now support center. Support center. If you want to get support or if you want to raise a support case, support ticket, you can go to the support center. So in real-time projects also, we use this support center. For example, I'm working on networking part, VPC. I'm facing some issues. I'm facing some issues with the network. So physically, we can't do anything, right? Because the data centers are in different regions, right? So we are sitting in somewhere, we are accessing the data centers remotely, like virtually, right? So if any network issues happen, major issues happen, what we can do? We need to raise a support case, support ticket, so that that ticket will go to the respective team. So every ticket is having SLA, right? What is SLA, anyone? What is SLA? It's a
Timeline.
timeline, service level agreement, right? So once we raise it support ticket, once we raise the ticket, every ticket is having some timeline, SLA. So as per the SLA, the respective team start working on the ticket, right? Yeah. So here, when you click on the support center, look at my screen. It will ask you, so billing issues or technical issues, it will ask you. Look at here. So now it is asking something like, how can I help? Now supporting, okay. So here, so look at here, different options are available, support tools, right? Something like, yeah, once you give this create case, look at here, create case. Now it is asking create case. So first we need to give the information here. Normally, look at my screen here. For example, I want to raise a support ticket. Just click on support center. So here you can give something like network network issues. Click here. Once you click on this, now it will ask you to raise a case, right? So click on create a case. Once you click on create a case, subject line you need to enter here. And also here, you need to give the case type, account and billing, service limit increase, technical issues, right? So three options are available. Select technical, right? So technical case is not available for this. Okay. Technical case type is not available for this support plan. Why it is not available? Technical case type is not available for this support plan because we selected basic support. While creating the account, we selected first one, which is free completely, right? So that is why it is giving error like this. Okay. So if you select business plan or developer plan, it will allow you to create the case. So normally as a free tier account holder, what we can do, we can call customer care if required. They will resolve the issues. Okay. Yeah. Now, for example, account and billing. So account and billing, now it is allowing. Look at here. Service, which service? Right? So billing or SDK or data exchange or whatever. Okay, billing. I want to give billing. Category. So now it is asking you to select something. Payment issues. Are there billing questions? So different options are available. So whatever the options you have, you can select here. And severity. Severity is SLA. General question. So nothing is there here. Severity critical. If you select critical, so there is no critical here because we have we are using free tier, right? Free plan, first a basic plan, right? So severity P1, if you select P1, that will be priority one ticket will be created. Okay. So P2, P3, P4. So P1, P2, P3, P4. So four types of priorities. P1 is high priority. So P2 and P3 low priority. So P4 is very low priority. Okay. Yeah. So we can prepare all this. We can submit all this and click on submit. So once you click on submit, the ticket will go to the respective team so that they will check SLA, description. They start working on the ticket. Once the issue is resolved, so they call you back. They call you back and they ask you to provide the feedback, right? So support case, when it in real-time projects also, we can use the same tab here, support center. Support center. Okay. Yeah. Next one, look at my screen, everyone. So this post I'll explain later. Next one, documentation. Documentation. So AWS providing official documentation. AWS providing official documentation. Look at, yeah, click on this. Click on this. Now look at my screen, everyone. So here, these are all documents available. Official documentation. These are all documents. For example, click on Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud. This document I require. I want to download this document. So click on this. Now look at my screen, everyone. So HTML format required or PDF required. So I want to select PDF. Click on PDF. Now the PDF will be opened. Look at here. This is the PDF document. So this is a detailed document. What is Amazon EC2, features, related access services, access EC2, pricing, launch instance, right? These are all available. This is a detailed document and yeah, official documentation. So if you want to download this document, so look at my screen, everyone. So this is a download option. You can download. But here the problem is 3,890, 839 pages available here. 3839 pages, right? So detailed document. Fine. Yeah. Next one, training. What is training? Right? So if any new service launches, AWS launches, sometimes AWS launch new services. If any new service launch, we'll get the training WebEx request. Uh, WebEx training. WebEx training links we get. For example, new service launched here. Something new AI services launched. AI already integrated here. So new AI service launched here. Right? So AWS conducts some WebEx trainings, that free trainings that we can attend here. Right? So getting started resource center, what does it mean? This is apart from this AWS services, so AWS providing other services information also here that we can check and we can attend. We can check it out. Okay. Send feedback. So whatever the services we are using for that core services or any other services, right? So for example, I'm working on EC2 instance or VPC or load balancer or auto scaling. So I want to give the feedback. Once I use the service, I want to provide feedback, right? So here we need to we need to open the feedback tab and you can update the feedback. How you feel, like how the services are working, right? So obviously yeah, AWS is in first place, right? AWS is in first place. AWS is having, AWS is providing very core services and very high performance services, right? So compare with Azure and Google Cloud and other clouds, right? So AWS is providing very good services, very high performing services, right? So compare with other platforms, AWS is a bit costlier and quality services providing. Understanding, right, everyone? So quality service costlier, right? Yeah, fine. Next one. So there is a bell icon, right? So this bell icon is a notification tab. Look at here. So these are all notifications available. For example, we are working on networking part, right? So network is not accessible. Our network is giving performance issues or any other issues, right? So here you can check notifications. So here, most recent user configured, AWS managed. So any errors, issues we are facing, that notification you can get here. Notification center, click on this. Here also you can check. Look at here, all the notifications. Fine. These are all tabs available. Here, there is one more tab, which is Cloud Shell. Cloud Shell, which is CLI, command line interface, right? So currently I'm using GUI, right? Graphical user interface, right? Same way we can use the CLI also, command line interface. By using commands, we can check the services. We can use the services, right? Yeah. Now, left top corner, look at my screen, everyone. Left top corner. So there is a services tab. There is a services tab here. Click on services. So these are all AWS services. These are all AWS services. Look at my screen, everyone. So here, recently visited services, analytics, application integration, blockchain, application, business application, cloud, financial management, compute services, container services, customer engagement, enablement, right? Yeah, database, developer tools, end user computing, right? Machine learning, management and governance, networking and content delivery, migration transfer, right? Security, storage. So these are all services available in which whatever the important services are there, those we can walk through. Okay. So first of all, very important service, which is compute service. Compute. Click on compute. Look at here. So in this first service is important one is EC2. EC2. So what is EC2, anyone? EC2 is a Elastic Compute Cloud. EC2 full form is Elastic Compute Cloud, which is virtual server. Elastic Compute Cloud is a virtual server. So what is virtual server, anyone? What is virtual server? Virtual server is a anyone?
It's a
Which is not
machine.
physical server, which is a imaginary server, right? Virtual server is not physical server, which is a imaginary server. So it will act as a physical server, but which is not physical server, right? So instead of the cloud data center, we can create our virtual servers. Those we can call it as EC2 instances, right? So EC2 instance is a on-demand scalable virtual server. On-demand scalable virtual server. What is on-demand, anyone? On-demand.
Instantly, immediately, whenever required. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah. For example, we are working with the client project. Okay. The client asks you to create some EC2 instances like servers, right? So whenever we receive the ticket or request, right, within a minute, we can create n number of resources, which is nothing but on demand. For example, the project team required 10 servers, 10 EC2 instances. So you can log in into the AWS account and you can click on that EC2 and you can create the 10 servers with all packages, all configurations, everything. For example, if you want to create physical server, it takes a minimum 5 days or 1 week or at least 3 days. So after that, we need to install, configure operating system, applications, plugins, patches. So after that, we can move to the production. But whereas cloud, so cloud servers are on-demand servers, on-demand resources, instantly, immediately, whenever needed. Within a minute, we can create n number of resources or n number of servers, which is nothing but on-demand. Scalable. What is scalable? Anyone? on-demand, scalable, virtual servers, right? What is scalable? What is scaling, anyone?
We
Scale.
can increase our
Increase, exactly, correct. Increase. For example, I'm working on database server or any other production server. So middle of the activity, I'm facing some issues. On the fly, without any downtime, I can increase the RAM, I can increase the CPU, I can increase the storage, which is nothing but scalable, right? So we can scale up whenever needed. We can scale down whenever needed. Scale up, scale down, right? So physical servers, normally we cannot scale up, right? So for example, I'm working on physical server, database server. I'm facing some performance issues. What we can do if you are facing any performance issues? Very first thing, we need to shut down the server. First, we need to shut down the server. Otherwise, what will happen? Yeah, in the live, for example, server is in running state. You want to upgrade the RAM or CPU. What will happen? Motherboard will be crash. Our RAID controllers will be crash. Memory modules will be crash. Right? So because yeah, so first we need to shut down the physical server. So after that, we need to change the memory or CPU or storage, whatever. Right? But whereas cloud side, not like that. So server is in running state. Database team is already working. Application team is already working. They are accessing server. On the fly, we can increase the RAM. We can increase the CPU. We can increase the storage. Got it right, everyone? So which is nothing but scalable. Scalable. On-demand, scalable virtual server. Virtual server is a imaginary server, which is not physical server, right? So always in real-time projects, always every day we work on EC2 only. EC2 service is very, very important service. So tomorrow maybe we'll start EC2. Okay. Clear, right, everyone? Yeah. Next one more important service, which is Lambda. What is Lambda? So Lambda is a infrastructure operation service. Like Lambda is a service which operate our infrastructure. It will operate our infrastructure. For example, in our project, we have 1,000 servers available. 1,000 servers. Daily, every day, morning 9 a.m., we need to start the servers. By 6 p.m., we need to stop the servers. If you want to start and stop daily manually, we need to click every day. 9 o'clock, you need to start all the servers. Again, 6 p.m., we need to stop manually all the servers. That is big challenge, right? So normally, if you take Google data centers or UHG or Verizon or Microsoft, thousands of servers. So only development environment, 15,000, QA environment, 18,000, production, 25,000, like that. So all the servers, if you want to stop and start, it is a very big challenge. Normally, prod servers, we don't stop, right? So QA and development servers, we can stop and start. So if you want to start thousands of servers, that takes, that is big challenge actually. Okay, that is why we can integrate Lambda to operate our infrastructure. In this Lambda, we can schedule. As per the schedule, Lambda stop the servers and Lambda start the servers. Not only stop and start servers, Lambda perform so many activities. Okay, I'll show you that while working on Lambda. I'll show you different activities, whatever the activities. Okay, we have used in Lambda, right? So these are the two important services. And also look at my screen, everyone. Next one, management and governance. Go here. Look at here. In this, we have auto scaling, AWS auto scaling, which is very, very important service, very core service. Auto scaling. Auto scaling is a service which automatically monitors and adjusts. Yeah, I'll show you quickly. I give you a small example. So which is very important service, core service. Practically, we can work on this, right? While working on the auto scaling. Service name is auto scaling. So what is auto scaling? What is the importance of auto scaling? Let's try to understand. Auto scaling is a service which automatically, so auto scaling is a service which automatically monitors and adjusts. Auto scaling is a service which automatically monitors and adjusts compute resources to maintain the application performance. Right. So this is the definition, Andy. Auto scaling is a service which automatically monitors and adjusts compute resources to maintain the application performance. Right. For example, so let us take IRCTC. IRC. So IRCTC is a service, right? So IRCTC team, they configure some servers to maintain the IRCTC application. So Indian Railway ticketing system, Indian Railway tickets. So if you want to book the tickets, right, we can go to the IRCTC, right? Yeah. So in IRCTC, they configure servers to maintain the IRCTC application. So here, look at my screen. So they check last 4 months historical data, and as per the highest value, they prepare the servers. For example, last month they received 25 requests. Before that, they received 30 requests. Before month, they received 22 requests. Before that, they received 29 requests. As per the highest value, they configure the servers. Here, they configure 3 servers. Each server can handle 10 requests, for example. Each server can handle 10 requests. 3 servers can handle 30 requests. So normal time it is fine, but Tatkal time what will happen? When Tatkal starts, what will happen? By 10 o'clock, every day 10 o'clock AC tickets will be started. Tatkal will be started AC tickets. So by 10 o'clock, drastically, the request will be increased to 100. So these servers can handle only 30 requests. But here 100 requests they received. What will happen?
Server down.
They cannot manage, right? So yeah, website will not be open, 403 errors, slowdown issues. So we are facing that, right? So sometimes when we try to book the tickets, so we face that issues, right? So when Tatkal starts, the traffic will be increased. So that servers they cannot manage, right? So Tatkal by 10 o'clock, Tatkal starts, and by 10:10, tickets will be gone. Within 10-15 minutes, tickets will be gone. Traffic will be reduced, right? So this is government side. This is government side. That is why they haven't implemented the auto scaling here. Because, yeah, for the 10 minutes, if they add hardware, if they increase hardware, if they increase admins, that is costing, right? That is why they are following old methodology. Still, they're following old methodology. Because government side, there is no competition. If they have competition, definitely they implement the auto scaling. Now, let us take one more example here, which is, for example, Flipkart. Flipkart. So Flipkart is a normal website, private website, right? So here, so sometimes Flipkart give festival offers, New Year offers. So in 2025, in 2024 or 25, Jan 1st, 11 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. they give big billion day offer. They give one offer, which is so 45K mobile, they give 50% off. So which is I think OnePlus or some mobile. They gave some offer, 50% off. Not 2025 exactly. So I think 2023. Okay, correct. So in 2023. So here, Jan 1st, 11 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Only 30 minutes. They gave offer 45K mobile, 50% off. So they expected 15,000 users. 15,000 users they expected. 15,000 mobiles will be sold out. That they expected like that. But actual turn up is 25,000. 25,000 users they try to book the mobile. What will happen, Andy? Yeah, traffic will be increased, right? So site completely down by the time. No one got the mobiles. Even so, payment done. So many people payment completed. So no mobiles. They reverted payments later. Okay. So because high volume requests, that is why immediately within a month, they implemented the auto scaling. Now they are using auto scaling. Even Flipkart, Amazon shopping site, Myntra, Meesho, everyone using the auto scaling, right? Now let us take one more small example. For example, in our there is a birthday function going on, right? We invited 200 people, but 500 people attended. What will happen? ఏం జరగచ్చు? What will happen? And we invited 200 people, but 500 attended. Can we serve the food within the time frame? No, right? It's very difficult, right? Difficult to handle, right? Yeah. Or else we invited 500 people. But 200 attended. What will happen? Food will be wasted, right? Wastage. So same situation for servers also, right? So IRCTC, if they increase servers for 15 minutes, 10 a.m. to 10:15 a.m., that is the traffic time, right? Tatkal time. If they increase servers, hardware will be wasted. Once traffic is done, hardware will be wasted. That is why, so everywhere we are using auto scaling. So auto scaling, what it will do? Automatically it will monitor and adjust compute resources to maintain the application performance. So currently I'm handling one project. Let me explain. So you'll get more idea about this. Okay. So currently I'm handling one project, which is a parking pass project, which is a Middle East project, UAE project, right? So here, 7 years back, we configured this project. 7 years back, we implemented this auto scaling. So here, whenever CPU utilization reaches to 60%, CPU utilization threshold reaches to 60%. Yeah, 60% means high CPU, right? Just want to show something here. So for example, these two servers are base servers. These two servers are base servers, parking pass servers. Okay. In these two servers, we implemented the auto scale. Okay. So whenever CPU utilization reaches to 60%, what will happen? We put the threshold 60%. Whenever reaches, auto scaling automatically monitors and adjusts compute resources to maintain the application performance. So for which what it will do? Auto scaling add one more server here to balance the load. These two servers are having load, right? High load is coming. That is why to balance that load, auto scaling will automatically add the server here. So that what will happen? That load will be distributed to the third server. Still, this is CPU utilization is 60%. We'll add one more server. It will add one more server like this. The load will be balanced, right? The load will be distributed to the additional servers. So that what will happen? Application will not be down, right? So whenever CPU utilization is less than 40%, whenever CPU utilization is 40% or less than 40%, what will happen? So automatically, whatever the servers are added here, that will be automatically removed. Server will be destroy or terminate. Server will be removed like this. Whatever the additional servers are added, so these base servers will not be disturbed, right? So only additional servers will be removed. Like that, servers will be added, removed. Servers will be added, removed. What about backup? Nothing will be happened. So this base service will maintain the backup. Okay. So that is auto scaling. Auto scaling is a service. Yeah, once we implement auto scaling, application will not be down. Even IRCTC team, if they implement the auto scaling, so Tatkal time, we can book the tickets happily without any issues. Okay. Site will not be down. But it is this is government side. They're not implementing, they're following the old methodology. Clear it, everyone? Any
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Ram.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
I have few doubts. So first one is like for each service server, there is some capacity or that the maximum requester can access that.
Yes, correct. I gave
And
example here, 10 request,
Mm,
but every service is having some capacity. Correct. Yes.
okay. And we can see like how many requesters are there for that particular server.
Yeah, we can monitor. Yes. As a cloud engineer, we can monitor. We use the monitoring tools.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay.
Is there any predefined number, sir, or we can customize that how much request could be taken for each server?
Yeah. For example, let us say servers are having uh, we are taking EC2 instance in cloud, which is different types of servers are available. I'll show you while working on servers. For example, T2 medium servers we are taking. Here, T2 medium, T2 large, different configurations are available. Look at here. So in this EC2, tomorrow or day after we'll start EC2. So by the time I'll show you the types of servers. So when I launch any server, look at here. So server type here, there is a T2, T3 micro, T2 small, T2 medium, T2 large, different configurations. So normal in real-time projects, we use the T2 large, 2 CPUs, 8 GB RAM. Minimum T2 large required, or else T2 X large also. If you take T2 X large, there is some range available. So there's some calculation available that I'll show you while working on the servers. Okay, how many requests they can handle? We can calculate that. I'll show you practically. Here it is not possible. So definitely I'll show you how many requests we can assign to the server, how many requests they can handle. I'll show you that. Okay. So these are the different configurations. So we can take different configurations here if required. So normally we can create the servers as per the client requirement. We don't decide our own, right? So client give you requirement. As per the requirement, you can configure and we can create the threshold also. I'll show you that while working on the EC2 instances. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any other questions, anyone?
So another question is like you had given an example of IRCTC.
Yes.
In real time, can we auto scale for 10 to 15 minutes based upon our need, or
Yes.
some peak time we can auto scale that, or do we
Yeah.
have?
So auto scaling feature is that, so in auto scaling, what we will do, we create the threshold. Threshold means CPU utilization. So whenever CPU utilization reaches to 60%, the CPU utilizing 50%, nothing will be happened. Website will be available. So whenever CPU utilization reaches to 60 or more than 60, traffic will be increased, right? So that threshold we created here. Whenever CPU utilization reaches to 60%, auto scaling monitors and automatically add one more server to balance the load. For example, look at my screen. So this is my CPU utilization. Look at here. 43%, 25%, 22%, right? My laptop CPU utilization. If the CPU utilization reaches to 60% or 70%, what will happen? So definitely the performance will be impacted, right? Yeah.
Right.
So whenever the threshold reaches, auto scaling automatically add the server, one more server to balance the load, right? So that application will not be down anywhere. Application will be available, right? Whenever simulation 40% or less than 40%, automatically whatever the servers are additionally added, those will be removed. Servers will be added, removed. So only peak time servers will be added. Got it, right?
Okay.
So due to this, what will happen? So due to this, what will happen? When we configure auto scaling, what will happen? Costing will be reduced. So whenever we have servers, whenever we have more requests are coming in, so by the time only servers will be added. If there is no request, servers will not be added additionally. Got it right, everyone?
Yeah. So CPU utilization is one of the metrics, or there are others metrics as
So
well? We
many
can.
metrics are available. So this is one of the, this is one of the metric. Okay. We have memory metrics available, and storage metrics available, other metrics are available. I'll show you that while working on. While working on auto scaling, I'll show you all the metrics. So many metrics are there. Okay. Fine. Any other questions, anyone?
Ram, VM and cloud servers both are same, or is there a difference?
Yeah,
VM.
cloud servers are virtual servers. Cloud servers are virtual servers. VM is a virtual machine. So cloud servers are virtual servers.
Okay, both are same.
Both are same. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, what is the difference between like load balancer and auto scaling? Like it looks similar. So
Right. So auto scaling having a load balancer also in this auto scaling, load balancer inbuilt actually here. But ELB also there. One more service. ELB also there. Additional service. Elastic load balancer. That will be balanced load only, but it will not increase the servers. But auto scaling, it will add the servers, it will remove the servers, it will balance the load. Got it right? So in the auto scaling, this ELB also integrated here. Got it right?
thank you.
I have a query. If after adding the credit card, debit card in billing section, there would be no any auto detection, no? If we any paid service we have used, after that we got to know and we have stopped. No auto detection.
No auto pays, no auto debits, nothing will be happen. You will get the emails. We can stop that. You don't want to use that, you can disable that. Nothing will be happen.
Okay, thank you.
Unknowingly, they will not charge anything.
Okay.
Fine. Yeah. So tomorrow the meeting link will be completely changed. If you are interested, you can register the people who are not registered so far, so that tomorrow the meeting link will be changed. So we already created the Google Classroom, which is a drive. In that we upload all the documents. Okay. So make sure the people who are interested, who are not joined, who are not registered so far, you can register today or tomorrow morning, so that you will get all the accesses like Google Drive access. So there is a drive. So I upload all the documents here. Classroom, Google Classroom. So classroom.google.com. There is a drive here. So in this, we upload all the documentation. You'll get the access. Our batch number is 114, right? 8 p.m. So the drive is created. So these are all the old batches. So here documentation. Look at my screen, everyone. So here, these are all documents available, right? Every day upload the documents. Even recordings also will upload into the Google Drive. You will get all the documentation like this. Documents you can download. So recordings you can go through. 1 hour you can access the recordings. Sorry, 1 year. 1 year you can access the recordings. Documentation you can download. Okay. So I give you tasks also. I give you tasks. Task 1, task 2, like this. Right? You need to perform the tasks also. Right? So documentation and recordings will be available in the Google. Recordings you can access from Google Drive. Okay. Yeah. So once you register, we'll add into the Google Classroom. Okay. So make sure if you're interested, you can register today or tomorrow, so that tomorrow onwards link will be tomorrow morning. Maybe we'll change the link. Okay. Fine. We can stop here. Any more questions, anyone? If you have any more questions, you can reach out to me. You can call me, WhatsApp me. My number already provided, right? 96422111711 is my number. You can take down this number. If you have any more questions, you can reach out to this number. Fine? Yeah. Thank you all.